Time for ye old-fashioned after video. Yes, the Hoover Celebrity S3005 is done. It's ready to show you all how it came out. It's ready to show you how it works now, and I'm going to tell you how dangerous it was. Yes, hello my vacuum cleaner chums, how are you today? Yes, it is a Hoover episode today. Hoover, who better? And indeed, this machine is a lot better now than it was. It was filthy, it didn't work very well, it was electrically getting dangerous. Not dangerous yet, but it would have done. Come on to that in a minute. But yes, it came up really well. And let me take you through how everything looks now. So as shown, this is the dusting brush. I got two dusting brushes. This is the better one, the best bristles, because you can separate, the bristles do come out of the brush itself, and it had the best, and this is the best rubber. As you can see, it is pretty spotless inside and out. This is the, well, it's another, I never get the Hoover tools. That was a dusting brush. This, I think, is also a dusting brush. It's certainly the other size of one. Couldn't quite get the scratches off, as you can see, but everything else came up really well indeed. This is the crevice tool, which caused me some ponderment because it hasn't got a pip. And I don't think it ever had one, because you can see the moulding line going all the way down. And I thought it may not be genuine, and indeed it might not. But there was on eBay recently the yellow one of these, which have this crevice tool sat on the listing photo. Now obviously, because it's an American machine, in the UK we would have had the pip fitting crevice tool with the Hoover handle on either side, just like every junior and senior and freedom you've ever seen. This has a sort of different fluted design. So yeah, I think it probably is genuine. Don't know quite why there's such a massive burr on there. I didn't want to take it off, but we will now. So yeah, bit odd, but I think it is okay. Of the wands, we have the wall and floor brush. That's why I know that this definitely isn't that. This one, again, there is a slight blue stain on the top that just would not polish off. But apart from that, it is, and you know, maybe if you were being really good, you could paint that. But obviously, the bristles don't come off that, so it might be a little bit difficult. But yeah, this is the floor and wall brush. Now the wands, if you remember, were absolutely trashed. Not because they were bent, because they'd gone rusty. And I wasn't having that, so I went around into the shed of broken dreams, the cold shed of broken dreams at the minute, and found these. Yes, they are, again, I think they're genuine. They didn't always have the Hoover logo printed on there. Certainly not the older ones. But yeah, two very nice plastic rather than metal clips. Obviously the metal ones were rusted. On the other one, I cleaned the gasket. I never recommend removing this gasket. You can. It pops off very easily. And again, I had one somewhere. I'm not very prepared for this video, but you don't need me to show you what a white rubber ring looks like. I find they never quite go back in right once they've been out. So when you try and put your tool on, it binds up and won't go on. So now I leave them in situ, but you know, clean them as well as you can with a cloth. Also, noticing that might be genuine because it does fit quite snugly. Obviously the pip stops you from being able to pull it off. I don't know, I think, comment below, especially if you've seen one of these new in box, that would be handy. And the hose, oh gosh, the hose was absolutely filthy. Not anymore. I tried something new. Normally I find something good, terrible to watch on the telly, sit down with a damp cloth and a thing of spray and, you know, rub all of it all over. This time I stuck it in the bath for an hour. And then got an old toothbrush. No, not the one that I don't use to clean my teeth. All of you out there waiting to take the mickey out of that. Just an old toothbrush, and scrubbed it. And it came up absolutely perfectly. Nothing wrong with that. Apart from it starting to do what this type of hose always does. All of the ones I've seen have had some cracking. There's only one little one on the top. But underneath, yeah, not fantastic. Not what you can do about it either, really. I mean, if you wanted to make sure it wouldn't get worse, you probably couldn't go much further wrong than white insulation tape, or at least it wouldn't go out of place. Or if you're really good with silicone sealant, you might be able to just smear a bit on each of the holes. Hey ho. Anyway, the main event is the machine itself, which looks very good. It does have a new plug. When I went to take the old age-appropriate plug off, the cord grip on the older plugs made of fibre, and it just crumbled. I didn't have any other plugs actually, so I went to Robert Dice and spent £1.30 on this thing, which is actually made on the packaging by Daewoo. Although on the plug it says PMS. I didn't think Daewoo actually made plugs. They never made the cars that used to have their name on it. I doubt they're going to make a 3-pin plug. I also cheaped out because if Robert Dice, it's £1.99 for a plug with a 13 amp fuse in it. So I bought the cheaper one with a 3 amp. Went through the toolbox of despair and found a 13 amp fuse and saved some money. Anyway, in here is now utterly spotless. And there's not really a lot to show you because these are very simple machines. You just have the motor, it's been desuppressed. The cable, which comes in the machine and runs under here, was for some weird reason joined to itself using insulation tape that was starting to not be very sticky. Put a picture up on the screen to show you all that. So that was, that was something. Luckily it was fine. The rubber gasket's been cleaned. It's all been cleaned. It's a simple motor. I didn't replace the fan case bearing. I greased it because it's a rubber sealed bearing, so you can pop the cover off. Works and grease, and it wasn't too bad, really. Paint wise, it's a shame about that, and there's a bit at the top there. But you need a full respray to fix that, and I'm not very good at doing full resprays. Same on the bottom, because these don't float terribly well, they scuff around, and as you can see on there, and again I'm making so much more worse by trying to fix it. It's better just as it is. Also, and it's a bit short, again because I had to shorten it because of the join, but it is the original, see if I can show you, ribbed, I've got the hand behind, there we go, look, ribbed cable. And that's about as far as we need to get. Let me get it plugged in and we'll turn it on. Okay, now let's see if it sounds any different to when we first got it. Much better. It is smelling quite a lot of carbon. That's probably because they're bedding back in after I had to take them out. Also, it doesn't float as well as I've seen the Constellations float. I think it's because they're a lighter machine. I don't know, it just it floats. Don't get me wrong. But, you know, I think that's why the bottom's so scratched up. I just don't think these were that fantastic floaters. Plus, obviously, my mug might be the wrong one. Certainly, the Constellation Light, the Celebrity that I used for a month, which is one of these, also didn't really float terribly well either. But before we go sucking things up, obviously, we have to address the hole. Now, as I well know, and as I probably bored you with before, Hoover Celebrity bags are very difficult to get hold of. I don't think I've ever seen a packet of genuine ones. put it that way. All I've seen are the awful patterned paper ones. With the bag flange that doesn't fit, it gets caught up in that bit there. And they're just crap, basically. So, obviously we have in the past HEPA flowed them, and that works okay. But if you remember when I got this was in the box as well, a package of universal format fit bags. And it says simply stick your old bag collar here. But, as you can see on the bag itself, seems to just be one big sticky label. Really. And I had a thought a couple of days ago, there you go, look, it's a filter flow, which will be absolutely fine. Wouldn't want to stick this in a meter because it will pull the dirt right through, but in one of these it will be fine. And it fits over the bag hole like so. I mean, I'm just trying to sort of hold it in as a test fit to see what damage this does. As it goes on, there's none. So what I thought we would do is peel off this inner ring here. You know what I'm going to do, don't you? We'll just stick it on. There's got a filter in there as well. Oh, hang on. This Miele pre-motor filter should fit. Well, actually, I've got I can't show it on camera, but yes, you can see just a little bit of sparking. So that should go down, because I found that even if you, and I've done it before, you mark with a permanent marker the side of the carbon brush that goes on a certain side, so they go back exactly. Still needs a little bit of time to bed in. You can always tell when it doesn't, because it doesn't run well, so you sort of get to know. Anyway, so we have our filter, and I'm just going to very badly, because I don't have the original one, I throw it away because it wasn't very good. So just very terribly, it hasn't got to be exact because it tucks in. Blue Peter, we are not. And we'll cut that out. Oh, I picked the worst scissors for this. I really need some new scissors in general. These ones cut well, but only on like 1 centimetre of the pair of scissors. For a company wanting somebody to test some scissors out and do a video review, I'm a man with no morals. Hit me up. There we go. No, there we don't go. That's comic. There you go. Thanks to the manipulation of fleece, there we go. We have a pre-motor filter. We have a HEPA flow bag, which, if I'm just very careful putting that down, you can't do that, because as soon as you kill the airflow, it drops down and you're dragging it like this. Not the best, but it's done nonetheless. So if we grab the hose, fit it to the machine. Oh, I can make the camera go all loud. It holds the hose up, which is great, seeing there's a big hole there. It still pulls around. In fact, if anything, actually, that's better. I think it's made so that with a slight pull up of the hose, it does move around more, which makes sense. So, let's make a bit dirt. Make dirt, clean up dirt. Clean up dirt with Hoover. Okay, so we have a mess. I've used fresh sawdust because I don't really want to fill up what is somebody else's vacuum cleaner with actual dirt. And we have the hard floor brush fitted. First though, before we clean up, I'm going to show you one of the slight drawbacks with these floating machines. snowplowing if I don't bother tipping the head back. And that works really quite well. Let me just confirm that the bag has not popped off. Always a worry with these things. Yeah, it snowplows horrifically. This is built in the days before anybody cared about that sort of thing. But it did the job. However, as you might recall and have seen just now, we have no floor tool with this. Owner's not especially worried because he's got a few constellations. They use, well, not the same floor tool as this, a better one. But, you know, they use it nonetheless. So we are going to do what we did in the before video and improvise with the Hoover contour head from the first range of Sensortronics. It doesn't fully fit because the neck's longer, but it's not coming off anywhere. So we are in carpet mode, and probably isn't going to be the best for this, but it should get it up. That's such a lovely floor head. It's done a really good job as well. Right, let's sum up. In summarisation, it works really well now. It's not quite dangerous. Doesn't have the horrible noise on the wind down. The carbon brush smells dissipating even now. Do I like them? Not fully. I mean, obviously, I'm having to wrap the cord up. This gives you some indication of perhaps one of the issues. But no, you see, and I had the same thing with most Hoover cylinders. They're nice, but Electrolux did make the better cylinders. These are fun, granted. You know, they do work. Oh, and if you want one in your collection, don't, you know, I would never say no, but I don't know, I just don't love them. I like them. I don't love them. However, in fairness to this, if you want a floating Hoover, these are always so much cheaper than the equivalent Constellation. The equivalent Constellation is a bit nicer to use, but is in effect exactly the same machine. So, you know, your experiences may vary a little bit. If you just want, you know, your first floating vacuum for your collection, one of these went for about £12 on eBay the other day. I'd have bid if I had some money, but I didn't. Never been if I haven't got any money, otherwise you become one of those horrible people that can't pay and has to tell the seller and you're like an idiot. So yeah, I do recommend these if you want one, or if you want to experience a floating Hoover. They are ever so simple to work on, ever so simple indeed. And yes, hopefully the new owner will do a thumbs up. He say yes. If he doesn't, no refunds. And that's the end of the video. So, thank you very much for watching. I hope all of you Hoover people, I know Dale Who and Louise Sturton will be preferring this video to one featuring the D word. So hopefully that's pleased them. And all that I ever really care about. So all of you other followers, nah, joking. I love you all equally and unequally because you're complete strangers who just happen to appreciate my random mumblings on Tinternet. And there we go, thank you very much for watching. You shan't see this again, but you will see me again. So, thank you very much for watching, and I shall see you soon. Bye bye.